Guys, we're here and welcome back to another FIFA 17 Ultimate Team video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make millions of coins with no risk at all by investing for the League Squad Builder challenges that come out each month on Ultimate Team. Now every single month EA release 2 of these Squad Builder challenges and they offer the top scorers from leagues around the world. So we've had so far De Jong from the Eredivisie, although he was actually the second top scorer. Janssen, who was the top scorer though, went to Spurs. We've got Smolov, who was the top scorer in the Russian league. We've got Lacazette, who, again, same with the Eredivisie, he was the second top scorer, and Ibrahimovic was the top scorer, but he went to United, so Lacazette got the Squad Builder Challenge card. Jonas, he was the top scorer in the Liga NOS. We've got Eto from the Super League, Gignac from Liga Vancouver MX, Giovinco from the MLS, and also we've got Pobe from the Pro League. Now, from all of these Squad Builder challenges here, you have to complete a full set of all of the teams from these leagues right here. So, for example, if we go to Ligue 1, you guys can see you have to make a full Angers team, a full Monaco team, a full Saint-Etienne team, a full Nancy team. All of these teams there, you have to complete, and you need a full starting 11 from each of these teams. Now, this means that the cards from these teams go up a lot in price, and you guys can invest for Squad Builder challenges that could come out in the future. Now, as you see here, we've got a lot of kind of quite average leagues. We've not got some of the really bad ones where they only really have bronze cards, or where there aren't many teams. For example, the South African or Greek leagues, where there are only 2 or 3 teams in each league. They've gone mainly with the quite average ones that have a few gold players and a few teams with gold cards, but generally it's a lot of silver cards. For example, the Liga Vancouver MX, the Pro League, leagues like that. There are quite a few golds, but there are a lot of silver cards. They're not going to go and drop, for example, a Liga Santander Squad Builder challenge, because that would be, I think maybe like 92, 94, something like that. A really, really high rated Suarez card. I think he'd be about 94 rated. They're not really going to go and release a Squad Builder challenge where you just need to complete each team in the Liga Santander to get such a high rated card, because that just wouldn't really make too much sense. You wouldn't be spending too much to get an extremely expensive card. Same with, for example, the Premier League. Since Harry Kane's had quite a few informs, I don't think they'd release such a high rated card, which would be probably like nearly 90 rated for just completing each team in the Premier League. So I think it's going to be quite an average league, which has got a few gold players and quite a lot of silvers. So, for example, the Hyundai League, that's got a load of really good investments, so that's in Australia, and I think that's Bruno Fornaroli, who is the top scorer, who get a pretty decent card. The Uruguayan striker, 5-star weak foot, plays for Melbourne City, is a decent player. Also, Omar Al-Somma from the Saudi League could potentially get one, and again, a lot of silvers and a few golds from that league. And also, we've got leagues like the SPFL, the Scottish Premier League, which has Lee Griffiths as the top scorer from last year, and again, lots of silvers and a few gold cards there. So I will show you guys the best investments you can make kind of in more detail, but these are the ones that have currently been released, and yeah, let's go on into the transfer market and I'll show you guys some of the best players and the best leagues to invest in. So what I'd recommend doing is just flicking through all the different leagues on FIFA and finding a league which has got quite a few silvers and not too many gold cards, but still has a few kind of decent players, so the EA would actually release a Squad Builder challenge for them. So, for example, I don't think EA are going to release, let's say, a South African league Squad Builder challenge, because I think there's only 2 teams on FIFA, who are the Kaiser Chiefs and the Orlando Pirates, from this league right here. So I don't really think they'll do one for this league, or maybe for like the Finnish league, where there aren't really any decent players at all. But for example, the Scottish league, Lee Griffiths, he's the top scorer from last year. And we look for gold cards. Only Celtic and Rangers actually have gold cards on the game. Other than that, it's only silvers. So if you guys just go to silver cards right here from the Scottish Premier League, all you need to do is just go through bidding on all of these cards, and you just want to get cards for 150 coins. It's that easy. These cards right here, they're going for 150 coins. These cards could go for anywhere between about 1 and 20,000 coins. I will show you guys some examples of cards that have gone from being a couple hundred coins to being just under 20k in just a minute. But as you guys can see right here, you just want to go through bidding on loads of these cards right here, and we are getting them for 150 coins. There aren't that many players in this league right here. Most teams have about 15 silver cards you can pick up. Some of them have even less. They have a lot of bronze cards, and some of these teams even only have like 5 silver cards that you can pick up. So a lot of these ones, if you get these cards here, they're going to be really rare, and their cards could potentially go from being 150 coins to like 5 or 6k, and you can make some really good profit there. So if you invest in, for example, the Scottish League right here, that's definitely a good one to do. Also, we've got leagues like the Swiss League, and again, we look right here, they've got a few gold cards, and you guys can see right here, they've got a load of gold cards. I'm not sure who the top scorer in this league was. It doesn't really matter though, because all you need to do is just get some cheap silvers, go through, mass bid on all of these cards here. You want to focus mainly on the bad teams that don't have many gold cards, but you can just get cards from pretty much any team. But yeah, the ones that normally go the most are the ones from teams that don't really have that many gold players. So the Swiss League's a decent one. The Primera Division is a decent one as well. I think Funes Mori was the top scorer in this league right here, so he's a gold player. He would have a decent card, so EA could release a Squad Builder challenge for this. And for all of these leagues, they're extremely likely to do it because they're going to be releasing, I think, another 10 or 12 in total across the rest of this FIFA. So there's a lot of opportunities for these to be released. But as you guys can see here, lots and lots that you can go and bid on right here from this league here. Also, some other leagues you could potentially invest for. If we go along these ones here, for example, Liga de Mayor, there's a few decent players in these. They're not kind of my #1 investments though. I'm not investing too many coins in those. Hyundai League is a great one to invest in. I've got so many coins already invested in these cards. Just go through mass bidding on those cards. Very, very easy right there. Also, the Hellas Liga there, only like 3 teams in that. Maybe even 2 on Ultimate Team. So I don't really think they'll release one for that. Same with the Finnish League. There aren't really that many teams and there aren't any good players really on FIFA in that league there. Eredivisie, they've already done the Etraleska. They've got a few decent players, but I don't really think they'll do one for that just because there's not like a card good enough or worthy really for a Squad Builder challenge that anyone would want to unlock. It would be like a silver card. The Saudi League though, Omar Al Sommer was the top scorer I believe last year. And there's just loads and loads and loads of silver cards. Go through and bid on these cards. Most teams are made up of about 10. Some of them are even just completely made up of silver cards. Normally like 9 or 10 silvers and then maybe a gold card or a few bronzes. So lots of these cards will end up going up a lot in price as you will have to build predominantly silver teams to actually complete the Squad Builder challenges. The Chile League is alright to do, but I wouldn't really invest too many coins into that. Same with these here. But also the Bundesliga, I think they could do one for the Bundesliga. And this is due to having quite a few teams in the Bundesliga that have quite a lot of silver cards. For the Liga Santander, most of the teams are just fully made up of gold cards. And I don't really think they do that for such a high red card like Suarez. But maybe for a Lewandowski, for a Higuain, something like that, they could release a Squad Builder challenge. They already have for Lacazette, and he's got a really, really good card. So that does show that they can do these for bigger leagues. And I think the next one that's going to come out in a couple of weeks, I think, maybe even a few days because it's currently the 23rd when I'm recording this video. I think the next one is going to be a bigger league, so maybe the Calcio with Higuain or Lewandowski from the Bundesliga, as well as a kind of more average league like possibly the Hyundai League, maybe the Saudi League, something like that. And there are quite a few teams in these leagues that have just loads and loads of silvers, mainly the bad teams, the newly promoted ones, or the ones at the bottom of the table. And I'm going to leave a link down below to a whole graph made by a really, really good Ultimate Team investor and trader. His name is Gummy FIFA, and he made a full kind of chart of teams that have the most silvers in the Bundesliga. So for example, Ingolstadt, they're predominantly made up of silver cards. They've got 3 gold players, everyone else is silvers though. So if you go over to Ingolstadt, also Freiburg, they're a good one. They have got a lot of, they actually only have 2, gold cards. So Ingolstadt right here, there are loads of cards you can get really, really cheaply. I mean, I'd happily pay like a couple hundred coins for these cards just because, I mean, already look how rare these cards are on the market. There are not many at all. And these cards, these are the ones that could go up massively. I mean, cards from Ingolstadt could be worth like 10k. So I actually need to I need to clear something from my transfer list actually for this to be able to work. But yeah, I'll just quick sell this guy right here. It doesn't really matter, and I'll send him to my transfer list. But yeah, if you go through and specifically the newly promoted teams from both leagues, the Calcio and also the Bundesliga are all good ones to go with. I don't think they'll do one for the Premier League, as that would be Harry Kane, and I think that would just be such a high rated card. I don't really think they do a Squad Builder challenge for that. And also most cards in the Premier League are gold, or kind of the starting 11, which is normally what you need for these teams. They're all gold cards, so I don't think they do one for that or the Liga Santander. The Bundesliga and Calcio though I think are good options, as are all of the more average leagues. So yeah, Ingolstadt, RB Leipzig, Freiburg, Darmstadt, they're all good teams to invest in for this. And then the same with the Serie A or the Calcio, depending on what you want to call it. You want to focus on the newly promoted teams and the teams that aren't too good, that don't have too many gold cards. Pescara is a decent one. Obviously, if you go with like Juventus, they've only got gold cards, so investing in silvers isn't really worth it. Silvers though, by the way, you do want to invest in the silvers rather than the golds. You guys haven't already seen that I have mainly been investing in silvers, and that is because they're a lot rarer on the game. They get packed a lot less than golds, so if you were wondering. That is why. Crotone, I don't think they actually have any gold cards, so this is probably the best one you can invest in. Getting these cheap cards for a couple of hundred coins from Crotone, I'd happily pay like a couple of hundred coins, like 300 coins or so, on some of these cards. As you see, they are actually already rising in price, so you will have to pay a bit for some of these cards. But I mean, if you're getting them now for like under 1,000 coins, these cards are likely to go up to a really, really substantial amount of coins, potentially 10k plus in the next couple of months if a Squad Builder Challenge does come out for this. And now I'm actually going to show you guys an example of how much these cards can rise. This is just one example, but if I go to Toulouse defenders, and that is obviously in Liga, and this is to get Lacazette. If I head over here, you guys are going to see how much these cards sell for. These are silver cards, one on the market, and it's going for 18,000 coins, and it's already been bought. There's no defenders on the game right now from Toulouse, and I think there are a good amount of them. But these silver cards right now, they go for so much. They've already all been bought. So if we go and maybe just refresh the market, there you go. One's just been listed up right there. He's probably already been bought, or he will be in a minute. These cards here, they're going for so high prices, and 18,000 coins. You could have got a card like Mbanje for maybe, I don't know, under 1,000 coins, maybe 500-600 coins about 2 months ago. You could sell them for 18k right now. And the same's going to happen with teams like Ingolstadt. They only have 3 gold cards. If you get some of the silver cards, maybe some of the silver defenders, for example, their prices could go from 200 coins now to 10, 15, maybe even like 18,000 coins in the next couple of weeks and months. And the amount of profit you can make from this is ridiculous. You can spend a couple hundred coins on a card and you can sell it for 10k in a month. And if you spend 100k on these cards, you could turn that into 500k to a million coins very easily. And I've actually spent about 200k so far on my investments from these leagues, and that could turn into a million, maybe even 2 million coins or so. So I definitely recommend doing this. It's no risk. You're getting the cards so cheaply, and it really is just so easy. So without further ado, let's go on into the final part of this video, where I'm going to show you guys my transfer list and club, showing you some of the investments I've made so far, and then I'll kind of recommend the best investments for you guys to make right now. So over on my transfer targets, you guys can see that I managed to pick a load of cards up from the Scottish League. All of these silver cards here, I have not been outbid on any single one of them, and the same with the cards from the Swiss League. I managed to get all of those as well. And yeah, look how easy that is. Only ones that I got outbid on was this guy here, and then this guy here has already sold, this player here from Toulouse. And yeah, you guys can see, ended up picking up all of those cards there very easily. And also, if we head over to my transfer list, I've got a load of these cards here as well. I've got cards from the Championship, and again, the Championship's a good one. Loads and loads of those leagues. They have a few gold players and then mainly silver, so they could do one for the Championship, and you'd obviously need silver cards. And also got players from League 1 and League 2 as well. But Hyundai League, I've got a ton of investments from that league there. As you see here, we've got loads and loads of players from the Hyundai League, and also I do have players from the from the Hyundai League here mainly, I think. I've got a few more investments along here. These are mainly for marquee matchups, some of the gold cards. I do have gold cards like Bobo. This is the guy who was the top scorer last year, who does have a pretty decent card. Actually doesn't have 5-star week for anymore. I thought he did. He had that last year. We've got players from the Bundesliga. We've got a few more Bundesliga players there. I've got lots and lots of investments in my club as well. But as you guys can see here, just absolutely tons and tons of investments. We've got some more Bundesliga ones here. And I do have some more cards in my club right here, including some Liga NOS ones, which I was just selling on as well. And if we head over to my club, I'll show you guys the silver cards I have picked up. So we head over to silver, quality silver right there. You guys can see these rare ones there. I've got a few of them that I managed to get really cheaply, but mainly it's the non-rare silvers you want to invest in, as they are the rare ones. So if we look at the leagues, for example, we've got this guy here from Leipzig, this guy here from the Serie A. Lots of Serie A investments, lots of investments from the Championship, the Bundesliga, the Liga 1, 2, 3 as well. We've got a few investments from some of the lower divisions. Bundesliga 2, I've got a few from there. The Calcio, loads of ones from just all around the world, really. I mean, I'm covering pretty much every option with these cards, but I'm investing most of my coins into a couple of different options. So first up, we've got the Calcio. We're going with some of the worst teams that have a lot of silvers. Get a lot of cards from there. Get cards from the Bundesliga, again from some of those teams that have a lot of silvers, not many golds, like Leipzig, like Darmstadt, like Ingolstadt, and also going with leagues like the Hyundai League, the Saudi League, the Scottish League, loads and loads of leagues like that. You guys can see I have so many pages of these cards. I think I have about 25 in total, and I have loads on my transfer targets, on my transfer list. I'll be picking up easily over 100,000 coins, more of these investments in the next couple of days, because you guys can make so much profit. It's ridiculous. I mean, cards like this you could be getting for 150 coins, and you could be selling them for 10k in the next few months. So just go and invest in a load of these cards, cover all the different options, and just wait. Keep them in your club, and at one point in the future you're going to be able to sell these cards for a ton of coins. So yeah, just keep them in your club. When a Squad Builder Challenge comes out, sell the cards, It is as easy as that, and you can make an absolute ton of coins. So if you guys did enjoy the video, go and check out the link down below that I was talking about earlier on. There'll be a link in the description which shows the table of some of the best players to invest in, and that's thanks to Gummy FIFA, who's a really good trader and investor. Also, Pistol Pete, who is a very good investor, one of the best on this game, also has done a video on this where he does explain some things that I haven't covered in this video here. Yeah, he actually does some trading live streams and stuff. Really good investor. I'd recommend going and checking his video out for some added tips as well that I may not have covered in this video here. But if you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.